Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Varsha. Now if I'm not wrong, you are here to learn how to do some faux freckles thanks to the summer and all the beauty looks that have been trending off late. So if you are like me, someone who does not have, well, I have one freckle somewhere on my nose here, but otherwise if you have absolutely no freckles, you have reached the right channel. I'm going to teach you how to create this absolutely beautiful speckle of faux freckles, and trust me, no one's gonna know they're not real. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment at the end of this video. So let's jump right in. Alrighty, we are ready. In this video, I'm only going to concentrate on freckles because I feel like I just wanted to concentrate on this one thing, go really nice and deep. And just so you know, any eye makeup look would go with these kind of freckles. Now, as you can see, I'm pretty much done with all of my face. The bronzer brings quite a nice bit of warmth to the skin, something that we want to showcase in this look because you want to fake this whole idea of that you've been laying in the sun, you've been on vacation, everything's been going great. But what I really wanted to start with was blush. So blush placement in a look like this is very crucial, kind of critical. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of my most favorite blushes when it comes to working with freckles. You can go with a pinky blush, you can go with a more reddish blush. The top places where you get kind of that, that pinkish reddish hue is on your forehead, on the sides of your cheeks right here, and all across your nose. You want to create like this, almost like this belt of color that goes across your nose and cheeks. In my opinion, the best formulation you can use to achieve a look like this, especially with your blush, is a cream blush. We have Tower 28's Beach Please in Magic Hour. Now this is a very nice peachy pink blush which actually goes pretty well. The way I like to apply it is either with a stippling brush or with my fingers. So I'm going to kind of use both so that you guys get an idea of both ways of application. What I like to do is first just dip both my fingers in there. This is what the color looks like. It's kind of like a peachy pink, definitely more on the peachier side. Just start placing this really nice and high, and I'm bringing this all the way up to my temple here. So notice how I've almost gone in this entire sort of semicircular motion, and I'm going to apply it on this side right here. And this blush is actually pretty sheer. You can build it up eventually, but I like sheer application first because it just makes it a little more easier. So definitely go in quite generously with this because it does really brighten up the face, the skin. It just brings in that luminosity. I'm also going to put some right here on my forehead, just a little bit. You want to actually concentrate kinda most of it right here in the center of your forehead. To keep things a little more harmonious, I actually have a pink eyeshadow on my eyes. There, I feel like this looks pretty nice. It looks really nice and flush to me. But now the magic is to bring it also on top of the nose and the sides. Very lightly, you want to place this right here. Can you see that little spot right there? So I just want to blend that out with my finger, and I'm also bringing my finger on the sides of my nose that way. And you want to create this almost like this belt of pink running across your nose and cheeks. And I feel like this part, you bringing the blush on your nose, on the sides of your nose, is so important because I feel like it gives that really natural look and feel of what an actually sun-kissed face looks like. I would have just left it like this, but today's video is about freckles. The next thing I want to apply is a little bit of a cheek stain, and there's nothing better than Benefit's Benetint. I have had this for a very long time, and just like my strawberry makeup video, I am just gonna apply on the top of my nose here, and you just want to like touch it, but you don't want to blend it out very evenly. You want it to almost remain like a speckle even if it does, because this is how skin is. Skin does not tan evenly. This application method just looks a lot more natural than, just going in with one color throughout. And the next place where you kind of see this maximum sort of the pink and red pigmentation is right here. Sort of like, I would say, right beneath your end of the eye. So just like right here. So end of the eye, right to the center of your eye. And just go ahead this way. Get a little bit of a stain right there and just tap it really slowly. And once again, I'm just using a little bit of my blush and just kind of going over that spot. You just want to create a little bit of like a reddish little something there. Once again, right there. You lightly tap this in. And if you feel it is kind of picking up your blush a little bit, go with my blush on top again. So you can absolutely use a powder blush. The best kind of brush to use for this kind of look would be something like this, a stippling brush. Why? Because one, a stippling brush gives you a lot more control when you apply all that powder blush. So what you would want to do is just use the tip and kind of dip it in there just that way, just so that all the makeup is kind of just on the tips of the bristles, and this allows you to very gradually build color where you want. If I had to add color, I would probably just add a little bit right here. And what this does is it also kind of just sets all this cream blush that I've kind of applied on my face. I'm just going over the areas very lightly, just in this sort of patting motion. My main tip here is just make sure you apply a little more right here on the bridge of your nose and a little here under your eyes. Now, from the time I first ever did freckles on my channel, which was this video here, honestly, I tried it for the first time and I was so surprised on how well they came out, and it was all just trial and error. I went through almost quite a few pictures on freckle placement. And here are a few things that were just common in all the pictures. One, maximum freckles occur around the nose and right under these areas where we've kind of put that pink. Two, the freckles aren't the same size. There are tiny ones, there are big ones. Three, they are not evenly spaced. Some even overlap. Randomness is key for a look like this. And fourth is the color. Now, generally the color, like if people are really fair, it's usually reddish in color. And as you move up the skin tone range, as you become slightly more melanin rich or richer in skin, they become definitely more neutral brown and red. So you want to create almost this color variation between three different colors. So first thing what I have is a freckle pen. This is from Jason Wu. It's called Jason the Freckle Boy. It's like a little tip here and I just really wanted to show you the color. So this color, as you can see, is pretty almost like a rusty red. If you want to leave one freckle darker, you just kind of leave that. But if you want it to be light, you put a couple of dots and stamp it with your finger and just stamp it elsewhere. The next product is this Makeup Forever pencil. This is in the shade Endless Cacao. Now this is a very grayish toned pencil. That is what it looks like. And what I like to use this for is to create like some foundation dots. And the third product that I like to use is my NYX eyebrow pencil. This is in ash brown. So once you get faster at this, there is no particular order. Especially if I'm in a hurry, I just usually go in with this and this sometimes, but this I add once in a while. The first thing that I'm going to do is just darken every dot on my face, no matter if it's a beauty mark, if it's a pimple. I have quite some scarring here and I'm not going to blot it out. I'm literally just pasting it. If you're kind of scared, this initial step is almost, think of it like an icebreaker. I went ahead and did a couple of dots here, a couple, this one, almost like get your hands a little dirty. And now is when we are going to use something like this. This creates a few marks, a few dots that are light, and then we kind of go in with the slightly more reddish darker dots on top. The tip of this must be a little blunt so that you can create not too dark spots, that they should be like soft and light and blurred out almost. Where I generally like to start is around my nose. So I'm just doing a few sort of random dots. I'm not like planning where I want it, but I like to start from the side of my nose. And then as we branch out towards the rest of the face, I just like to randomly place it in a few spaces. It's okay if you go one on top of the other. I think it just adds to how natural this kind of looks. So keep doing it. A small tap and a twist, a small tap and a slight twist, because what you want to create is a dot on your face. So just random, really don't think too much. Just start placing. Once in a while, by the way, this pencil might slip, but you can just go in with your finger and just soften out the look of that dot. We're going to move in with the NYX pencil. I just like to create just a few darker ones. I mean, out of all of these, just choose a few which you would like to darken almost, and you can just go over those. You want to bring some on your forehead as well. When in doubt, just close your eyes and just place it anywhere. Just be careful not to poke your eye, but honestly, just closing your eyes and doing it just makes the placement so much more random. I mean, you can open your eye, see if you like it, close your eyes again, go ahead, make a few more. And I'm finally moving back to this pen, the Jason Wu Freckle pen. I would say kind of practice on the back of your hand. For example, just place a few dots and stamp it and move it, and stamp it and move it. I'm going to concentrate most of them right on my nose here. So just a few dots and just stamping this. Do a few more dots and just paste it down. It's right here. So let's just go ahead, do a little speckly speck and just paste this. You can actually concentrate quite a bit around the nose because this is one of the main areas where the maximum sort of gather almost. So I do a few dots and I paste them, stamp, and just like a copy and paste almost. If you're feeling too overwhelmed, take a step back. So I will just kind of zoom out a bit. And if I feel like, oh, I'm not kind of happy with something, I have my brush here which has a little bit of concealer on it. And all you could do is just stamp over places that you feel like it's not looking the best. I just want some to stand out a little more than the others. So just select one and kind of like go ahead, let that be like the darkest. This is kind of how much I like to place, and what I do sometimes is I keep going back and forth with these different products. So if I feel like, oh, I can do a little bit more of like the pen here, I can go ahead and do that here. If I feel like I need maybe a few more darker in this area, I can just go ahead and darken like a few of them just to make them look a little more natural looking. The main thing is it should not look too repeated. Almost, it should be as random as possible with different colors, with different sizes, and that's how you get it to look very natural. By the way, you don't need 3 products. I know people who even just do it using their eyebrow pencil and maybe like a soft kohl. Can you see how that dot became very dark? I can just literally take the spoolie and just really lighten it out and almost make it disappear. Now I already have some lipstick on and this is Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk in medium. Stick to a color that is slightly warmer and something that complements your skin tone and your eyes. Just reinforcing it a little bit. I love this color. So good for our skin. Just going to use a little bit of this Charlotte Tilbury gloss in the shade High Society. I just feel right in the center. This will just bring a nice little bit of shine to the lips. Just make it look nice and juicy. It just brought back so much shine and I just feel like it just goes so well with like a nice glowy sort of skin look. Now just to set these and just polish up the skin a bit, I'm just going to use a little bit of the Givenchy powder. Lightly set this. By doing this, you're kind of setting that cream blush, you're kind of giving a little bit more longevity to the freckles as well. Like I said before, just in case you are a little scared, you can always blot it out with your finger. You can use your spoolie and just kind of like go over it. You can use a brush that has a little bit of concealer on it just to lighten, just in case you didn't like the placement of like one particular dot. I zoomed you in once more just to give you like the final sort of look on how these freckles look, and I absolutely love it so much. Biggest tip I can give you guys is to look at pictures, look at natural freckles pictures, you know, of people on Google, and just look at like at least 50 and just watch them closely. I feel like this will give you a great idea on the placement of it, on the color of it. I hope this video helps you out a little bit. I hope you try it, because if you do, you have to let me know in the comments. The weather's changing soon. We're going to move into fall looks pretty soon. So if there's something in your mind that you would like me to try out, do let me know about that also. I'm going to see you all next week. Stay beautiful. Bye-bye.